Welcome back again to board in Ohio.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some. This one's coming a little late, right?
It,
We didn't
it is.
quite meet our usual time frame, but that's just because we still have lives,
Yeah,
everybody.
you had stuff going on the weekend. Then I got a little under the weather, which, by the way, remind me to talk to you about after we're done with this. I was able to overcome on my own without antibiotics.
You just like willed it away.
Well, my uh, antibodies issue. I don't make my own antibodies.
I'll make your antibodies.
Please don't. You're just going to insert something into me again.
Hey, there's got to be some applicator. It's the only one I got.
Are you going to remove the
Yeah, we'll
cap
take. We'll talk about that afterwards. But today
today?
we are here to talk about Netflix's latest film, Apex. For those of you who haven't seen all the memes of Apex with the crazy crow sound and the dancing, Apex is a film that, if you boil it down to, it's just kind of like a hey, weird dude hunts lady in the Australian
I'll
wilderness.
tell you exactly what this movie is before we get into it, because I
Okay.
literally wrote down exactly what it is.
Okay.
A Oh
Also,
yeah,
it says it in the title, but we're gonna like spoil this film.
is it should be.
Well, like if you watch the first 15 minutes, there's no spoiling this film. It's very paint by numbers,
It,
but
100%.
please.
So this movie, and I am not kidding. If you really think about it, and knowing you, you probably didn't even watch these other films. But anyway, it is literally a cross between The River Wild, crossed with Cliffhanger, crossed with Deliverance, crossed with Wrong Turn minus the inbreeding, but I can't rule out that Taryn did not fuck his mom before he ate her.
Now, I in my notes,
Yeah.
I did say that this cliffhanger remake is something else. Um, was the first note I made about this film
It's funny that
as I
you
was
thought the same.
watching.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's literally a
Now,
mix. You could literally mix it all in, all those mixed together. I'm telling you, they like borrowed from each one of the
this
things.
might be a weird request, Michael.
Hmm.
Can you confirm that we are actually live right now?
Like, pull up the YouTubes.
Uh,
It's saying we're
wait.
broadcasting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's showing us live.
It wasn't, you know, showing for me,
Oh,
but now it is. Um, yeah, the very first thing I like how do we want to talk about? Do we're just gonna go in chronological order
I
of
think we
like
should
the
start.
beginning of the movie
Let's do
and
that.
just go?
Yeah.
Um, all right, well I'll start.
All right, you do that.
Uh the the movie begins as the start of Cliffhanger, where you have a couple climbing a mountain. Um and it's Charlize Theron playing Sasha, and her I don't know if it was her husband, boyfriend,
Uh,
I don't know, partner, like they didn't really specify, I don't think.
Yeah, they didn't.
Uh, played by Eric Bana. And as the movie started, I'm like, well, this guy wasn't in any of the marketing. This guy's gonna fucking die.
Right.
Like I hate when it's so obvious when stuff like that happens. But they're climbing a mountain and she's pushing him. She's pushing him. And he's a sensible guy. He's like, think we should stop. I think we shouldn't go any further. She's like, I gotta make this last summit. Gotta do it. Mm, She couldn't fucking do it. Which obviously she's gonna have to do that later in the film. She's gonna have to overcome the obstacle that she couldn't do in the beginning of the film. But naturally, because she's pushing. Uh, Weather happens. Eric Bana, you know, he has to go. Like, so he fucking dies, and then she has to carry that with her the rest of the film and his stupid fucking compass.
This, yeah, which what did he hand that to her at any point?
I think it was just in their stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was just in their pack.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know like if she recovered the body afterwards,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. No,
Uh
yeah, definitely. I didn't assume that she did, and I would love to have known how she got back down by herself when she was having such a hell of a time doing the rest of it by herself.
you know, she never loved him.
No, she didn't. She didn't. She didn't act like
In
she did.
fact, like she got down even faster because like not only like the physical weight, but just like the emotional weight of carrying that piece of shit around with her. Like, let's just assume he was a terrible partner.
Makes it
She
easier.
felt so good afterwards that she just it was like a fucking walk in the park getting back down that mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she just carries on like everything's fine. Starts
It's
traveling
like
alone.
it was such like so we got that thing that happened, right? That establishes that she's an adventure seeker, she's determined, she can climb a mountain, right? Then we transition after his death to now she's gone back to his homeland of Australia, where I don't really know that you have the sense of what she's going to do until like later in the film, like why she's there.
Yeah, no,
It's first
they
like
never mention it. Yeah.
it's like, but they keep like, but like she's there to go on some fucking uh rapids trail and stuff, and like, and they establish another thing like she's not just a mountain climber. This bitch, she can fucking do rapids in a canoe or kayak, and like she's like an overall daredevil adventure person. But when she gets there, before she even gets to do that shit, they go like out of their way to like just make random dudes creepy.
Yeah. Which
And like it's like so heavy-handed, like foreshadowing and stuff like, oh, she goes to the park or that whatever area the guys there's all these missing people posters up, and he's like, you really shouldn't be out here by yourself.
yeah.
And then like she goes and like creepy dudes, creepy Australian guys, which I mean, do are Australians really offended when they're just like portrayed as pieces of shit?
I don't know, are West Virginians
Well, they can't read. Um, just kidding.
touche.
Our West Virginian fans, of whom I know there are probably many.
Many.
Um,
So many.
but like those guys are pieces of shit, and they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Like, you really shouldn't be out here by yourself." Like really hitting that. And then, of course, the person that you know is gonna end up being the creepy guy comes in to be like the white knight, and it was so weird at first. Like he's delivering jerky,
Yeah.
and they made it a point to have her buy the jerky. I'm like, well, that's gonna come back
Yeah.
in some weird way.
Yeah.
Um, I've been talking a lot. You talk. Like I keep like
No, no, no. You're
it's like I'm retelling the film from my own like perspective of how I was feeling while watching it, which was like kind of like, okay, okay.
I mean
This is really
they hit
paint by numbers.
yeah,
This is
they hit
very generic.
every little beat all the way through it. And you know what? Here's my thing. They kind of made it seem like she can and plan to do more of these singular trips by herself as well.
Mhm.
Yet she's not a survivalist at all, because they pointed out like when her food that she hung up and like her utensils and extra clothing were shockingly taken from her. She didn't know what to do for food, for shelter, for anything. So how could you be a seasoned person who, which is what they kind of made it sound like she does this now on her own.
Right.
Yet she,
Well, I mean, she wouldn't have like she wasn't in a situation where she would be in dire straits though without her stuff because like she just like parked her adventure van and then started kayaking and camping, right?
with the
So like she could hike back to her van
with the
unless she got like severely injured, right?
with all the creepy guys that just randomly showed up to skin a deer right by her.
They're hunters and
Right?
they
Yeah.
don't respect the land
Yeah.
or the creatures. Not like our boy Taron Egerton, Ben,
Right.
the the nice guy who told her hey, this is actually where you should go. I mean, obviously they had to set him up as like kind of like this seemingly nice guy because that's the only reason she might take uh advice from him on where to start her trail.
Yeah.
But of course, he's doing that so that she's in his territory.
Mm.
And let's take a break and just talk about the acting for a second.
Okay.
Uh, actually really enjoy both of these actors.
No, I do too.
Um, Charlize Theron, and I know like she like went into effort about like doing climbing training and stuff for this film and everything. But from an acting standpoint, I felt like she was just phoning this fucker
Oh,
in.
I
Like
absolutely.
she was just kind of there.
Yeah.
And Taron Egerton, like, you can tell he's wanting to have a good time as this
You
character.
can
He's
tell.
trying to have a good time, and I can't fault him for that.
Dude, with and
They
he
just
puts on the fucking jam box too, but whenever he's getting, whenever he's just skinny dipping or fucking around, he fucking
yeah,
starts playing with his whole bullshit too.
yeah.
He's
Well, we'll
always
get back to that. We'll get back to that.
what-
Um, but, like, he's trying to have a good time, but he's trying to do that on top of, like, a just overwritten character that becomes nonsense because they were just trying to jam too many things into this character to show that he's fucked up. Like, so many things.
so many.
But
Yeah, way too many.
for anybody who's, more so familiar with this film just because of the Instagram reels, TikTok reels of
Which I had no
people
idea
doing the
about.
crow
Yeah.
sound. Yeah, like, it's a lot of, like, wives doing this thing where they're, like, mad at their husband, and they're doing that whole thing, like, "You have to the end of this song," and the husband, like, looks scared, and then she's like, "What? I thought you liked danger,"
Oh my
and then
gosh.
starts
They
dancing,
literally do the
and
whole thing out.
yeah, and they do the whole thing out, and the husband's like, "What's going on?" And the wife goes, "Oh," and the husband, like, runs away. Uh, became a whole thing, and it's, of course, because I watched Apex and was talking about it, my phone listens to every fucking thing I have to say. I
Yeah.
started getting those reels constantly. And I was like, okay, that's just some silly thing they did for the trailer. No, no, no. This man is part crow. He crows
Oh.
several times in this film. And when it happened the first time, you just hear it. And I'm pretty sure they just used the same sound clip for every single
Yeah. Oh, absolutely they did. Yeah.
I heard it and I started dying laughing because I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be a thing. Like in that fucking terrible Thor movie, Love and Thunder, where they just had those those fucking goats
Or Falcon
screaming
or the Falcon goats. Yeah.
like just constantly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we've chosen for this film. But naturally, you know, we'll get back to the actual story. They cross paths after she like mysteriously loses her pack and she finds his campsite after going through what is obviously a trophy graveyard of sorts of prior victims.
Right? Yeah.
It doesn't stop her. Just keeps going. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Australians are weird.
I mean, you don't
Um,
have to worry about the people there, man. You got to worry about the insects and all the animals and reptiles and all that
right,
shit.
right.
Which why didn't they
But
show some
then
of that? Because we both are well versed in everything that can kill you there.
we only saw a snake that was in
Yeah,
her tent.
that's right. Yeah.
Um, but these two finally cross paths, and he's like, gives her some food and water, and she's very uneasy. And then, oh, he's wearing her friendship bracelet, and, oh, then he goes and gets her pack, and that's when our infamous scene from the trailer happens where he comes out with a, uh, crossbow, and does the whole, like, "You got to this end of the song, and I'm gonna come after you," kinda thing. So he's, like, into hunting people. Uh, and then that's when the meat of the story happens. And this does, I mean, they take a long time to lead up to this to show us that this woman's capable in some way of like doing the things she's going to do the rest of the film. And I'm like, just fucking get on with it. Like
Yeah.
the whole beginning of this was like kind of a slog. And then when you finally get to this, you're like, okay, like now's when the movie will probably get better. And to some degree it did, but then it just goes into absurdity.
I mean, okay. I kept hoping
Yeah.
that at some point, and I don't give a shit if this is his backyard, okay? It's his trails and shit that he knows like the back of his hand, blah, blah, blah. There is too many ups, downs, lefts, rights, uh, cavernous little areas that she can go into and hide or climb up and climb down. And yet he always knew where she was, even when she got in the room once somewhere. I kept going, okay, he obviously slipped a GPS thing on her
I
somewhere.
thought I because that was the first that I was thinking that too. I was like,
Cause she's across the fucking way, a
yeah,
river, hiding in a fucking thing, and she looks with binoculars, and he's just watching her like he knew where she was the
yeah.
whole time, and they
Let's
never tell you why that is.
let me reference my notes. Uh,
Yeah,
um, uh, yeah, I wrote down why trust the pack that he gave back to you,
yeah,
like without checking shit. Because yeah, like the obvious answer is like he could just be GPS tracking her
yeah,
because he bugged her bag. Because yeah, he seemingly knew exactly where she was at all
yeah.
times.
At all times, and they were showing her like hit the river, go down a bunch of ways. She ditches the fucking kayak thing and gets off at a random thing and just lets it go down to kind of lose him and stuff. Nothing. They never showed him a single time where he was like he picked up a track and that's how he's tracking her. Nothing like that.
No,
So
they just showed him running through the
just
bush,
running through the bush. And he always knew where she was. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's obviously a GPS tracker that she'll find eventually. No, they never, nothing. He just, just fucking knew where she was all the time.
which I mean, I will say, like, I did make some notes. Like, during these scenes, there were some, like, at least ambitious, like, cinematography efforts of doing, like, there was an interesting oneer where when he shot an arrow, it hit her bag and the momentum was enough to get her off balance. And she slid down a hill, fell off a ledge into the water. It was all like a oneer. And I was like, I mean, they're trying some things like
Yeah.
from a technical standpoint to make this more exciting. And I was like, oh, that's kind of good. But like some scenes, like, I don't know, some of the visuals had a almost AI kind of feel to them. And I don't know how to explain it.
No, I know
Uh,
what you mean.
but,
Yeah.
like, I appreciate the effort they were trying to make it more exciting, but all of this, like, thing that happened leads up to just the fact that, well, he's like, "Well, she's gonna need her boat." So he just had a boat tied up, and he's fucking
Put the fucking bear
swinging on a fucking, rope, listening to some more
buck
jams
ass
with
naked.
his ass in the
Yeah.
air, just in the wind, just his pale ass, just, "Woo!" Having a great time.
And
'Cause when this
how does
the movie
she?
said, like,
Yeah, go
rated
ahead.
R for nudity, and I was like, "Well, who's getting naked?
Yeah.
Alright." Wasn't expecting what I saw.
You know, the whole other thing is like she came across this camp once already. She came across the camp, the creepy hunter people earlier on. Okay. But yet
Mhm.
she sees the boat with, and the music's playing, right? There was music playing, which is that's how he initiated the hunt to begin with, was he was playing music and she still tries to go for it. I just it didn't make any fucking sense to me at all. And who puts a fucking bear trap in the water and
Well,
ex-
obviously, this guy.
it, I just don't I don't know, man. It was all just
Well, and once he has her, it's obvious that he was never intending to kill her in the initial, like chase because that was just part of his ritual.
Yeah.
Um,
Tenderize that meat.
Also, like, yeah, there you go, there you go, making sure the meat's good.
That's
And
right.
we'll get. Don't worry, we're getting to
We're
that.
getting to that.
And also, like at this time, like he starts giving a little more info to her that you're starting to glean. Like as she starts to do the whole thing where she starts to try to relate to him so that he lets her go or something. But he starts talking like random facts about like Australian tribes and stuff that they would do and like filing down their teeth and this that, and the other. And he brought up his mom, Jeno. Jenna is what he named the beef jerky.
Because she makes
He
the
named it
best.
after her mom.
Yeah. Makes the best.
Uh, and like, and Jenna used to say, Jenna loves Benno. Um, that's really Australian. I think they add O to that to names.
Yeah.
Like I've watched some videos where like that. Oh yeah, we'd call you Steve-O. Or like, yeah, like you'd be I don't think it really works for us.
No, I don't think
Like
it does.
Michael O,
Michael O
Adamo.
and Adamo? No. Yeah, it's weird.
No, that's weird.
Yeah.
They'd probably call me Addo.
Yeah, yeah, there you
And
go.
you'd be Miko.
Mm.
But so all this exposition to give you a little more stuff, and like she's just making assumptions. Like I know somebody did something to you, and that's terrible that they did that to you. He doesn't give a fuck. And meanwhile, he's like, oh, let's go on a trip. Where they get in a canoe, they go and exploring. He has her climb or like rappel down a cavern. And that's when we get the next level of fucked up. He's not just a weird dude in Australia that likes to hunt people. He's much, much more.
You know, in that
Um,
I did remember that when he had her chained and they get to the first cabin. I'm not even talking about the ending part, okay?
mhm.
But he was ahead of her, and when he got up the chains plenty long, or the rope was plenty long enough, right? So he was up quite a bit when they got inside the cavern area. All she had to do was just fucking yank really hard back. He would have fallen from all the way up there, cracked his head fucking open. The end of story right there.
But then we're not going to get all the other juicy, great story bits that we're about to get.
It made no sense. Like you see her, like he's all the fucking way up there. You got to climb up after him, or just fucking yank him off the ladder. It's
Mm.
done. Go ahead.
Yeah, and like also during this exposition, like he's making the assumption that she's come there to bury her partner's ashes in his native ground, which I was like, oh, is that what she's doing?
You're right. That's how I did too. I was like,
Is that why she's here? I thought she was just having a excursion, and this is how she like works through her emotions.
yeah,
But she's also had this fucking compass the whole time. Uh, but he's like been like prodding at her a little bit, and he explained that he found her name on the park registry and like looked her up, and like that's how he got this information, blah blah blah, and that's how he knew she was going to be a good, a good pick
mm,
for what he likes to do. But they get down there. I guess I forgot to mention, like during the initial chase, like he fools her into getting into one spot because he put a phone. He just he pre-planned this, and I guess the video was on loop. Uh, had a phone set up. You could hear people voices, and she goes up to the phone, and it's like just like a recording of some family having a good time on the rapids. And she's like, okay. And then she grabs the phone. She kept trying to use it, but didn't work. But anywho, uh, we're in the cavern, and that's when we find out the beef jerky isn't beef after all.
it was so shocking.
It's people jerky. So
And don't forget,
Benno
oh, you got to go
has
ahead. Go
been
ahead.
making jerky out of people. All these people that are missing, they're now all being turned into jerky, and
And you see the
unknowing
bodies hanging from the
Australians
yeah.
are eating this jerky, and they're eating people. And Charlize Theron's like, "Oh my god, I ate these people." And the people that are currently hanging, being tenderized with its own homemade brine, are the family from the video. Apparently, kid meat's not good, I guess, because he just like was like, "Fuck them kids." They were just on the ground, like decaying with arrows in their chest.
Yeah.
Mom and pop were strung up, all seasoned,
Yeah.
titties out. I guess that was the other nudity.
There's
Like
your
that's a
nudity.
real
Yeah.
bummer. Like dead, like jerky titties. Um, and
That's our that's our new slogan. We're gonna get T-shirts made with dead jerky
yeah,
titties.
and now is when we find out, like, well, the reason he named the jerky Jeno was because the first jerky was Jeno, was his mother. And he loved his mother so much that he wanted her to be with him always. So he had to eat her. Um,
Which made me
he's
realize this is what I
explaining
needed to do
with
now
me.
with you. So I'm not eating your jerky.
Well, I can give you something to eat
No.
that won't hurt. Never mind. Um, and he's saying to Sasha how much like he has affection for her, probably because she's given him the best run for his money so far, that he wants her to be with him always. So he's gonna make her into jerky.
Mm.
And then to even oversell the point, now he's putting his hands in his mouth. So, oh, what's he doing? He's got his hands here. He pulls out like the most perfect dentures ever made
Yeah.
to reveal he has sharpened teeth. And I'm like, oh, I guess his talk about the tribe was supposed to be more significant. Maybe he is one of those tribes. Nope, we don't address this ever again. He just did this once
Yeah.
to just as another example. Hey, this guy's fucked up. If you, in case you forgot the fact that we just showed you he's making people jerky. Hey, he filed his own teeth out. He's pretty fucked up, right? What the fuck are these writers
I
thinking?
know.
Like,
They're like, this
what
isn't
was
enough. We got to add something else here.
it's like the whole like phrase, a hat on a hat. This was like 17
It
hats
really was.
on a hat. Like he was already fucked up. Like you're trying way too hard to make him insanely fucked up when he doesn't really need to be.
Yeah.
Right? Uh
This is why the movie Wrong Turn worked and this doesn't. Wrong Turn's just, what is it, four Hilljack brothers that, are inbred, and I think one of them had filed teeth too, if I remember correctly, filed his teeth all the way down.
okay.
But they lived out in the middle of nowhere. They had no access to food, so they were killing people, hikers, and they were eating them.
Right.
And but they didn't go deeper than that. They're like, oh no, they look inbred. They're out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like literally nowhere, and they eat people. Okay, that works. Just stick with that and go. This one,
Yeah.
like you're saying, had like 17 different things that just kept adding on to this guy.
Yeah, like so this is like a similar issue to like the problem that we both had with Send Help was like pick a lane, but this was like for a specific character. And this one I actually find more annoying than Send Help as far as
Yeah,
like
I
pick a
agree
lane.
with you. I do agree.
Uh but okay. So then we have the big huge reveal that yes, in fact, our boy is fucked up. Uh which leads to the final climactic fight between them, which, you know, was a fight
It was.
to which Charlize Theron's Sasha ends up breaking his leg with a rock, I believe.
Yeah.
But, and this is where it's so stupid. The only way out of this area is like a 10-day hike in one direction, or you got to climb out of this fucking ravine.
And then there's where all that foreshadowing comes back to punch us right
Yeah,
in the balls.
and for some reason, this would be considered a tandem climb. I guess because you have to have somebody like anchoring in and whatnot. So it's obviously, yeah, we're pointing right back to the beginning of the film. But instead of Eric Bana, who we don't know, he could have been an abusive husband,
True.
is replaced with Benno, a filed tooth insane person who likes to eat people who has a broken leg. So she's like doing this with, and he's like, "Oh, if you fuck with that harness at all, I'm gonna fuck you up." And he does like she chugged at it one time. And he yanked her,
Yeah.
right, but she's hooked in, which I understand why that would be his response, but at the same time, she's the only able-bodied person in this situation to get to the top because he's just like basically using his situation as like a winch and like pulling himself up
Yeah.
with his good leg and his arm. So he needs her. So yanking her isn't really the best idea
No, they're
because
both
if
gonna
she would
die.
have came down and bashed her head,
Yeah.
well then you're both just sitting there like two dead dingleberries hanging off a cliff. But naturally, she gets up to a point that's exactly like the fucking place where she couldn't get over in the beginning of the movie, and she is able to get the harness pretty much off, and she's wrapping it around a tree, so he still feels the tension as if it's wrapped around her waist. But then he sees her and he starts yanking her, you know, and she didn't have the harness all the way up; it's like stuck on her, and it keeps sliding down,
Gotta
and
get that.
eventually it slides all
Yeah.
the way off, and we have to get that Hans Gruber shot of him falling
They did the same thing
down.
with Lithgow and Cliffhanger too, didn't they? On the helicopter.
I think so.
Yeah. So
Uh, I will give them credit for like the death shot though. He falls and then they cut to like the POV of where he's going to land, and we get to see the impact, and it was done pretty well. And I'm like, well, yeah, he's dead. He's for sure dead. And well, he's not coming back. We're not getting one of those like secondary like as she's going up the cliff, all of a sudden he's going to appear again. Uh, but then we like proceed for the next, I feel like 5 minutes of her just climbing the rest of the
yeah,
way
with
up
us
to
wondering
get.
if she'll ever be able. You know what would have been a better ending if she still didn't do it and she fell to her death.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, she climbs up and then she gets to the top and she just kind of looks out. And they had many of these shots of like sweeping vistas. And I guess I was just I don't know, like the cinematographer must have just like doing it, but like just see all the bush, and then I think it pretty much hard cuts. No, it doesn't. Like she's walking like a trail where the like cars
Yeah.
could be, gets picked up by some randos. I was kind of also wondering if she was gonna get picked up by the hunters,
I did
if they're
too.
gonna bring them back again and have her have like a bad ending that way. But two random other hikers pick her up and take her back to the place, and she's like, I know where all these people are. They're in your tummy. Cut to, oh, helicopters coming, getting the dead remains. Some stuff that you don't really need.
Correct.
Like
There was
you didn't
no.
need that scene at
We
all.
didn't need it. You told the authorities that that's all we needed to see, if we even
And
needed
then
that. But yeah.
yeah, and then you cut to her out by the water, which I don't know why she didn't just go to the fucking beach to begin with if this was her whole goal.
Yeah.
For her to throw that stupid fucking compass into the ocean. So she went all this fucking way, went through all this shit just to litter.
and, and if she wanted to throw in the ocean, why that specific spot? Like, if it's just the ocean off Australia, land the plane, throw it in the fucking water.
Also, guess what? If your whole goal is to bring him back home and like the compass, maybe the compass is the only thing she had left. So maybe they weren't actually able to recover the body. If you throw it in the ocean, it could end up somewhere else.
It's true.
What if that shit went over to New Zealand and he's like, no, I'm an Aussie. I hate them Kiwis. And now like his forever last remains are in a place that he doesn't want to be.
Maybe that's why then. Maybe where her plane lands, which they of course they don't show you, is on the opposite side, so that if where she throws it in, it didn't have any chance of
So it could only come back to
Could only
Australia.
come back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was it. That was what.
I'm sure she
That
she
was the
thought
reason.
that out.
Yeah,
She thought that out.
yeah. That was the whole reason
Um,
for the hike through the wilderness.
so we basically just retold the story of the film, and I'm sure by now folks could probably tell by our tone how we feel about it. But why don't you say explicitly what you thought of the film?
I was pissed because you got two great actors. What they have to have some kind of contract deal. All these really great actors that are doing these Netflix movies, these little quick, like they're almost I can't remember the last one I thought was even decent. They're all pretty much shit all the time. So it's like, why are you doing these fucking movies, man? Like I don't get why they're doing it because there's no way the two of them read that script. It wasn't like, hey, you got about 75 cliches in this. Do we not have anything new to go with here or work with? Like,
Or like, haven't we seen this
yeah, it's like,
like a lot?
yeah. And then if they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll remove that part out. Then, yeah, but you've also got this, which is exactly like this, which is exactly like, I mean, like verbatim. Like, I'm just, it was a waste. It was a waste of time. It was a waste of talent. It was way too long. They added, like you're saying, 17 layers of hats of bullshit was just, it's like, when does it stop? Just pick one thing. If you want it to be a crazy person, just say, hey, the dude's crazy and let that go. But
Just do the one thing, like,
yeah,
okay, he's a cannibal.
yeah, just do that. Make him a little dirtier. And I mean, I didn't get the music, which don't get me wrong, his first music that he turned his jukebox on at the beginning of the hunt, I was like, this song's kicking. I like this song. All right. And then the second song, it wasn't that bad either. But then I'm like, but why? Or why did we not get into the fucking cave and then he's got fucking speakers set up and he starts fucking more music? At least stay consistent with
You
that.
know what? That would have improved that.
Yeah.
I yes, I agree with you there. I want to tack on to what you're saying. Like, I agree with all your points, with the exception of a couple things. I will give it credit for actually being a shorter film. Like, it feels longer than it is.
It
Yeah, I
does
think
feel
it's
long.
only an hour and 37 minutes, and I commend that because
Yeah,
movies are way too fucking long
they are. Yeah.
these days. They're like bloated for not any good reason. This one probably could have been even shorter, but at least they didn't make us sit through 2 hours and 10 minutes
That's true.
of that story. Um, I still come out of this liking Taron Egerton from it because at least like he was at least trying to send it, right?
Sure.
He was trying to give that character his all. He was definitely putting more in than
Then Charlize was.
Charlize
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
He committed. I gotta commend him for that. But yes, if you were interested in this movie, um, because you really love the actors or anything, just beware. It ain't good. Uh,
It's not.
and hey, we have our first interactive comment
Oh.
um, from Bango,
Oh.
and he wants you to bring him a coffee. Bango, do not see Apex. It's not worth your time.
Uh,
Uh, if like between this and Send Help, if I had to recommend a movie, I would recommend Send Help way before this film.
God, I agree. Even though Raimi's been just pissing me off so much lately. But yeah, I have to
Because
agree.
like without at least it like there were parts that were fun. Like there was almost like nothing enjoyable about this film.
There's nothing
It
memorable
was
about it to me.
so
Yeah.
paint by numbers.
Agree. Are you reading again?
He keeps messaging.
I can't
I
see
took
it.
a half day today and stop trying to dox where I work, you piece of shit. Oh fuck. Um all right.
Yeah.
Uh that's yeah, like so my recommendation, don't see this movie.
Don't see this movie. It was it there's nothing There's nothing good about it.
Yeah.
Overall speaking, I'm saying yes. I don't. I agree with you on Taron. This didn't turn me off from him. You're 100% right about Charlize. She totally phoned the whole damn thing in. Like, she didn't look like she was trying at all.
No.
But there's
I feel like she's getting into this like post Fury Road. Like, I feel like she's kind of been this one note character from then on out. Like,
yeah.
doesn't talk that much and like not a ton of emotion. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, maybe she was like, well, people like this. I'll just write it out. And that's what I'm getting hired to do.
I think I gotta quit putting out these stupid fucking movies, man. Hey, speaking of which, I did
Do tell.
I did see another movie that it's not worth. Actually, it was better than this movie. Actually, it's better than. Nah, I did see Cold Storage.
I've heard of that one.
That's with what's his name, Joe Keery from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, the that plays Steve.
Yeah, and Liam Neeson's in it. It's about some just
Are they a morgue assistant? That's what I would
no,
think of. But I heard
they
if I heard
just
cold
they
storage.
just work in some like parts place, and then with that has storage also. That years previously, Liam Neeson, scientist. Oh, Kevin Bacon's daughter's in this too, and there's some. They find this bio weapon that turns people into basically zombies, and then they hide it,
Sounds great.
and then
Sounds great.
these kids that are working at this storage place find a false wall, find the bunker, and the goo has already gotten itself out and is starting to like it's already gotten into like some mice and rats and shit. It's basically a kind of like a darkly comedy thing that I don't know how the hell they got Liam Neeson to do it, but you know what? He put in more effort than Charlize did, so I gotta I gotta give it that. Uh, and it's totally opens for it, and it's just a silly movie, but you know what? It was more fun than these last two. I'll give it that. Is it a great film?
Fair enough.
It's not
Fair
a great
enough.
film, but better than those two.
Yeah. Well, I think yeah, our sentiment, don't watch this movie. Because we were late with the stream, we're gonna double up. We're still gonna do the stream that we would normally do this week, where we're gonna be talking about the series finale of The Boys.
I'm really curious. Don't say a word. I'm curious about your
I'm
thoughts.
not gonna say a word. We'll have to hash it out.
Yeah.
We'll have to hash it out.
Also, we can also talk about. Did you watch the trailer for the uh, Vought Rising?
No, but I will before tomorrow.
Yeah, I just watched it today. I'm intrigued, and I didn't think I would be at all.
I told you, like, I would wait until I saw footage. Like, I'd give it a shot. It has to have a distinctly different tone
It
from The
does.
Boys to be interesting to me.
It does. I was surprised in it, and I think it's going to work pretty well. But
All
we'll
right, all
see.
right.
But yeah, we'll talk
Well, we'll
about that
talk
next.
more in the next one. And until then, actually, subscribe, you sons of bitches. Nobody makes it this long. Nobody makes this long in the podcast. We need to say that beforehand.
That's right.
Subscribe.
Subscribe and like hit the like things because I mean we're on the
Because guess
verge
what?
of
Guess what? I'm gonna be like a normal YouTube guy. Like, did you know that 83% of you watching are not
oh,
subscribed?
fuck, don't you hate that?
Subscribe. Fucking do it.
It's free.
Like, complete something in your fucking life and do it.
Yeah,
I
help
should really be saying that to myself.
help us get to 50 million subscribers.
I'll take 1,000. All right.
All right.
Fucking close it out.
Till then, stay frosty.